Hi everyone, I'm here with my friend and colleague Margie Nichols, who's a sex therapist and supervisor, as well as a clinical psychologist, and somebody who I want to talk with you about a concept that enters every presentation I do these days about sexuality, about infidelity, about monogamy, is the concept of polyamory. What do we know about polyamory? What are the numbers? Sometimes it feels like it's everybody, and sometimes it feels like it's just a few.
Yes, right. Okay, so polyamory literally means many loves, and it's a particular kind of consensually non-monogamous relationship. There's lots of different kinds of consensually non-monogamous relationships. Polyamory is the type that involves emotional attachments, emotional and sometimes romantic attachments, as well as sexual attachments. It's actually been around for a while. There were polyamorous communities there were polyamorous communities in the United States in the 1800s. And in more recent history, there have been polyamorous communities since the late 60s, part of the whole sexual revolution and sexual opening up.
Do we know numbers?
Yeah. We don't know specifically for polyamory. We do know that according to recent surveys, when the questions are asked about consensual non-monogamy, 21% of American adults say that at some point in their life they have been in a consensually non-monogamous relationship, and 2% say that they are currently in a consensually non-monogamous relationship. So it's not everybody, but it's not nobody either. It's fairly common.
Mm-hmm. And when you are told polyamory is for people who can't commit, you must have been told that sometime.
Yes. No, actually, polyamory
They want their cake and eat it too.
Well, they do get their cake and eat it too, and what's wrong with that? But it's for people who commit a lot, to tell you the truth. I mean, one of the sort of jokes about polyamory is you can't be in a polyamorous relationship unless you have gobs and gobs of time to communicate and work out issues with multiple partners.
So these are very conscious and intentional relationships. And one of the things I've heard you talk about is the notion of outsourcing.
That's right. So what polyamory does, so you've written a great deal about the tremendous burden on contemporary relationships of, your partner is expected to be your best friend and your co-parent and your business partner and your sexual, the best sexual partner that you've ever had, as well as God knows what else. And it's too much. For many relationships, that's really too much. Polyamory outsources some of those functions, not just the sexual function, right? So that, your partner may not like opera, but you find a polyamorous partner who likes going to the opera with you.
But how is that different than a friend with whom I go to the opera?
It's an intense romantic relationship as well. Okay. And many people feel actualized more through romantic sexual relationships than anything else. And it's a way to have that as part of your life, not just with one person. The other thing that people neglect, I think, to realize about polyamory is it's really a lot about community and tribes. Right? Polyamorous people are very connected to each other. There tend to be polyamorous groupings and families. There's conferences, there's conventions, there's support groups all over the place. So in a polyamorous community, you will find many parents for the children, right? Different role models.
It is a modern recreation of the village and the community that we have lost.
100%. I completely agree with you. And I think that may be a more important function than the sexual function.
Thank you.